Hello everybody and welcome to Food Journey. Today, it's Noodle Day. Everybody loves noodles here in Nigeria. I know I do. They're one of my favorites. And we're dedicating this show completely to that. It promises to be very yummy. What are we going to do with them? Well, noodles are the perfect vehicle for anything you want to put around them and anything that you want to drop them into. And they're also really fun because they allow you to be so creative. And there's so many decorative ways of sort of zhuzhing them up to make them look really appealing. And it's so easy too. Anyone can do the recipes we're doing today. We're starting off with instant noodles and we'll be moving on to some egg and noodle varieties and having them 3 ways. You excited? I know I am. So we're ready to rock. For our first noodle recipe, we are incorporating our protein and our noodles. It's going to be delicious, nice and chillified. And also, we're going to have some beautiful garnishes on top.
Our creativity with garnishes starts with these beautiful smoked crayfish. We need to remove the head and then the outer shell. They will make a crispy, delicious topping for our noodle bowl with some salt and a very brief saute in hot oil. Now, just chop them up, so crunchy. And try not to eat them all before they serve their purpose.
We'll need lots of spring onion today, lots of it. Some we're going to be using for the main stir fry and some for the beautiful garnish with ginger.
The potent lower part will be chopped in 2 ways, and the tops used for garnishing.
So now that we've got those 2 types of spring onions cut, we're going to cut again the lower part of the spring onion here and then sort of turn them on their side and give them, with the other side of the knife, a bashing. Flatten them out. Let's see if we can do them multiples. Like this. Last ones. And then we're going to turn them this way and slice them long ways. There we go. See, we're getting sort of a shred there. That's what we want. Turn them on their side and then go at them again. See the different kind of dice that you get from that? It's softer. So with all that spring onioning, now you can see how many things we can do with spring onions in terms of cutting them for different types of texture and different uses.
These recipes today require a lot of pre-crushed ginger and garlic, and although I'm choosing to crush them separately, I will be using them in combination in a minute for the second creation of a simple to achieve ginger and spring onion garnish with one of my favorite oils.
So the room is smelling amazing right now because this is groundnut oil and we're letting it get to medium heat. And all we want to do is saute off those lovely spring onions in it. We're not looking for brown, but we're looking for infusing the flavor of that groundnut oil in there with some of our ginger. About 2 tablespoons. and just heating that up. And the aroma is really wonderful. We want about 30 seconds really, just to take the edge off of the ginger for more subtle taste.
Now simply decant this into a little bowl and anoint with a sprinkle of salt. And your delish garnish is ready for any dish it suits taste-wise. Now we can't forget the noodles. All you need is enough boiling water for the noodles to sit comfortably in. Salt it first, and when the noodles are pliable but not mushy, they can be drained. A little teaspoon of oil also helps to keep them from getting sticky.
So it's on now to the delicious sauce that's going to go around our protein, to which we are going to add our beautiful noodles sitting on the side, waiting. Let's start off with the sugary part, the sweet part. And I'm going for a teaspoon and a half of sugar. And then we're going for some beautiful chili paste. This is nice and dry in the sense that it has been dried out in the pan, but a little bit of oil also on the side. So we're going for a heaped teaspoon of that, a little more, you know me. There we go. Let's heat it up. Then we're going for a tablespoon and a second tablespoon of oyster sauce. We love that, leaving the spoon in there, followed by some Shaoxing rice wine. A good tablespoon of that. And all we do now is give this a delicious mix. Smells amazing. I think that when you're making food for yourself or for people that you love, it's important to make everything look really delicious, don't you think? You can have great taste and sort of blah looks, but it's nice to have great taste and great looks as well. So that's why we're going to pay attention to our garnishes, what we choose and how we choose to cut them, and also how we choose to present them finally in our beautiful noodle bowl. For instance, check this out. I've got this beautiful bouquet of fresh herbs. Wasn't I lucky? Sometimes you find them, sometimes you don't. But this time I was really lucky. This gorgeous coriander, fragrant, beautiful basil, and also I got some lovely mint as well. So I've got enough here to really have a lot of fun with when I'm doing my garnishes. So here's our pork, minced pork, lovely, about 1/4 kilo. And what we want to do is just break this up. Now that it's almost getting a little bit cooked, in goes our spring onion. Let's go ahead and add a good heaped tablespoon of ginger and the same of garlic. Time for our beautiful sauce. Let's get it all in there. And now you can see a gorgeous color change happening. Let's get our noodles in.
And here it is, with all the beautiful garnishes, ready to be tested.
This is an exciting bowl, everyone. And you know what time it is? Ah, yeah. Cheers. Oh my goodness. Spicy, delicious, exciting on every level. I'm happy. Well, that was definitely yum yum, and we are going for the second yummy item, noodles again. But this time it's going to be an example of submerging our noodles into a beautiful coconut broth that we're going to cook up. Very excited about this one because I love anything coconut. Just adds that unique flavor that everybody knows and recognizes right off the bat. Add a little smoked chicken like we're going to do today, and wow, also some interesting African twists for our garnish. So let's go.
I had half a smoked chicken in the fridge, which I'm going to salt on both sides. After this, it's a little roasting under the grill to cook it through and really intensify that smoky flavor. And finally, it needs to be broken up into bite-sized pieces, which we're using for our soup broth and for garnishing too. I also have some dry cassava, abacha, which I'm going to reconstitute in some cold water and leave it to soak until it's pliable. It's going to make a different type of garnish and will also soak up that beautiful coconut broth nicely too.
First thing in, our lovely ginger and garlic. Look at that sizzle and the smell, as well as our lime zest. I have about a tablespoon and a bit. We don't want it to burn. And I can really smell that lime in there. It's spectacular. So you can imagine the flavor that's going to bring. Lime and coconut always go. And now we're going to add some brown sugar. I'm measuring about a heaped tablespoon. In that goes, along with a good splodge of fish sauce. So you've got that umami now cutting through with the beautiful lime, the garlic and ginger. What a smell and what a combination. And we'll let that go for a tiny bit. into this, we're now adding some coriander for some warmth and depth, and some curry powder. Equal amounts, 1 teaspoon each. And look at that color. Lovely. We're also adding some chili paste, some of the same chili paste we used before. I like it hot, so I'm going for a heaped tablespoon. Into this, some low sodium chicken stock. Lovely bubbling going on there. And we have coconut milk. 1 whole tin of it going in. And there's that caramel, beautiful color I was talking about there. Time for tasting. What I'm really interested in here is the broth. Oh yeah. Cheers, sorry. Oh wow. That coconut flavor coming through. We can't forget the meat. I'm not sharing this with anyone. Last but not least, we are doing a crispy noodle, everyone. I love these. And what I like about them is you have 2 different textures going on. You've got the crispy noodle and you've got the lovely sauce on top. And I'm putting some beautiful fillet into mine and making a chili beef stir fry to go on top of that. That should be absolutely delicious. And we'll top it off with some beautiful basil and some lovely sweet chili sauce as well. And you can go home with that.
Our noodles are the egg noodle variety now, and are non-salty, which I love. We're just going to immerse them in boiling water, and I don't want them soggy. So as they're just rehydrated, you can drain these well and then set them aside to dry for the next stage.
We have some beautiful fillet here. Last episode, this was cleaned nicely for us at the butcher, but today I want to show you how to take off this sinew that wasn't there before. So it's really just a thin bit of sinew. I try to just get my knife underneath there and pull up against it, trying not to lose too much of the meat. There you go, so you see that comes off. Lost a little meat there, but it won't kill us. Here is some more. Just try to get underneath it and just press the knife up against it as you go, and then it just sort of comes off like that. So if you go at it, you'll find eventually you get all of it off, and then what you're left with is meat that you can get the seasoning to reach. See, just take your time and it'll come off. And you also want to trim off any bits of fat that you don't want. Also bits like this, just get those off, and then you've almost done trimming your meat. Just like that, sharp knife does it, and you can just get it all off like so. So eventually we'll start cutting. I'll just finish this off. Bit more here. So this is nice and clean now, and you can again see how easy it is to just slice through this beautiful fillet. And once I do that, I'm going to be seasoning it with some beautiful ginger powder, chili powder, and black pepper. No salt. We're using some teriyaki with this, and we'll be getting a little bit of saltiness from that, and sweetness. So here's our mixture, a little bit of pepper, ginger, and black pepper. See this beautiful pepper? I love it when they're just going from green to red, so pretty and great for our purposes, so we get two colors, don't we? And what I'm doing is I'm cutting these into chunks as opposed to strips. Rustic here, just like that. Same thing with this. Okay, so we can see it. So our noodles are nice and dry now. What I did is I just put them on some kitchen paper towel and allowed them to cool down, took them out before they were fully soft. And now, to get them crispy, we will need some corn flour. And what I'm going to do is just dust them with corn flour through this sieve.
Drop the noodles in hot oil now until they're brown, and then you can set these aside.
First thing in, some garlic, ginger, and spring onion. And into that, our meat. Let's just open this up. Time to add in carrots and peppers. Time for my favorite dry pepper sauce. In that goes. Give it a nice kick. Here's our teriyaki. And we're starting to get a little bit of a sauce there. Little vegetable stock, bits of cornstarch, and that's thickened up our sauce nicely. Beautiful. Well, everybody, that has been exquisite fun. Noodles 3 ways. Which one was your favorite? I know which one I love the best. But sadly, it's time to say goodbye again. But guess what? We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Food Journey has a new Instagram. It's FOODJERNY @Food Journey. So if you were following us before, please come and follow us here now.